Ladies and gents, we are at Kern County Animal Services, and I need you to meet my new little buddy. I could not leave the shelter without this little kiddo today. We came down here to do some advertising, some marketing for a lot of the dogs that they have here. Kern County Animal Services is completely overwhelmed, and they have 4 and 5 dogs in every kennel. And what that means is, every kennel should have 1 or 2 dogs in them, but because there are so many dogs being euthanized, so many dogs coming in, and they're trying to not euthanize, they have tons of dogs stacked up. And what's really cool actually to see is that their behavior team has obviously done a really great job assessing each of these dogs so that they can have them in kennels that make sense, where they're compatible with other dogs. And also what it gives you is an idea of, come here, baby boy. Come here, baby boy. Let me just interrupt myself and show you my little buddy boy. So for obvious reasons, I could not leave this kiddo. They had us doing a bunch of different, we did a whole bunch of really rad videos for a cane Corso Pity that just came in that had thousands of ticks on her. And we did a video for a shepherd mom that has a bunch of puppies. It was like 8 or 10 puppies. We did a video for, there's a huge Great Dane named Scooby that's in the back as well. There's another dog named Romeo. There's another dog named Ronda Rousey. There are some incredible, there's an entire shelter filled with incredible dogs. And while we were, so one of the things about this shelter is they have a really big isolation area. They have 2 very large isolation areas that they just want to use typically for sick animals, but they also use it for overflow when they are totally full, and they're totally full. So the quarantine area is completely filled, and this kiddo just came in. And why I had to bring him is, he's gonna get sick back there, and he only weighs 3 pounds. He might not even weigh 3 pounds. He weighs, very, very, very little. I'm gonna get him to straddle my arm. There we go. Now we're happy. There we go. So little man has one of the things that what's up, Big Mike? There we go, baby. One comment I look at and it happens to be you. What's up, dude? So one of the things is we can't pull dogs right now. The shelter, the rescue is completely filled. We don't have available fosters. What I wanted to do is ask for your guys' support. I'll be fostering this guy for right now until we can find him another foster home. I just couldn't leave here without him, and he would get sick and he would have died had we not picked him up. So I just had to bring this kiddo. His jaw is completely disintegrated. You can actually see his teeth. He has teeth back there behind his tongue. Let me move his tongue. Let me move his tongue so you guys can see his jaw. Can I move it? Can you move it, sir? Boop. There we go. Well, you can see teeth on either side. And what happens is when the teeth disintegrate, when they decay and they disintegrate, it then infects the jaw, and then the jawbone disintegrates, it decays and disintegrates, and then the jaw is lost completely. I've had a couple of different dogs that I've fostered. One in particular, you guys might remember, named Vita, whose bottom jaw we had to remove. We had to completely take out her bottom jaw. That is most likely what would have to happen to this kiddo. He's 15 years old. He's at least listed at 15 years old. He is covered in pee and poop, and he's also found as a stray, which is really remarkable. I can't imagine this kiddo being out in 111 degree heat today, stray. So he is not shaking. He seems somewhat comfortable. He cannot see. You can tell he has cataracts. He's also deaf. So what I think we're dealing with here is a deaf and blind, very, very, very old dog who was just really suffering in his little kennel. He was just sitting there curled up, not moving. He just looked like a ball of hair. He didn't even look like a dog. But now that I have him in the front seat of the van, he's actually doing pretty good. You can see there where his teeth are. So his jaw has completely disintegrated, where he still has some teeth that are facing forward. So what I would really love your guys' help with on this one is to find a foster home for him. If you're interested in fostering, please message me. I will be going down to Los Angeles this week as well, so I can transport him. We'd love to get him fostered. I'm totally down to foster him as well. And the reason why I brought him home is, even though I can't fit any big dogs at my place right now, we got plenty of room for a little one like this. But I got some travel coming up. We have a positive change event that I'm doing in a week out there in Wilmington, Delaware. So there's just a lot going on. But please message me if you're interested in helping. I did put a donate button on here. I forgot about that. He's going to obviously require some medical care. So if you guys are interested in helping us care for him, I greatly appreciate it. Please hit that donate button. What's up, Jason Maury? Heck yeah, buddy. What's going on, man? Jason, if how much I care about you is not indicated in the expression on my face when I see your name, then I don't know what is, man. You're a hell of a dude. So yeah, we'll be driving back home to Tehachapi right now. We're gonna stop and get a little bit of food. I'm gonna see if I can't entice him to eat. He had some tuna in his kennel that he was not interested in, but his head was also down and he was totally non-responsive. So now that I'm holding him and kind of loving on him, he seems to be totally calm. You know, he almost seems to be aware. He's using his nose. He's not shaking, and he seems pretty comfortable. So, oh, there. Do you know I just brought her up? You let me know. I mean, Vegas Vita fans, I see you on here. Let's go. I need some help with this kid. He's definitely 15, is what the kennel card says. There's no name, so I would love your help on a name, and I would love your help if you guys wouldn't mind helping us network to find another foster. He doesn't seem to be in pain, Esther. He doesn't at all. It's nice to see you on here too. Yeah, he's not acting painful. I've picked him up several times and he seems totally fine, so I'm pretty interested in what a resilient dog he is. He's so rad. Hey, please let me know. Would you text me, if you don't mind, about, you know, maybe like a Vegas Vita like collaboration so we can try to get this kiddo a home? I would greatly appreciate it, my friend. All right, guys. Well, much love to all you guys. Gizmo's not a bad name. Not a bad name at all. He definitely needs name suggestions, and again, like I said, a foster. And I would love it if you guys would also follow Kern County Animal Services. What Nick and Lisa are doing here is really remarkable. They're doing a hell of a job, and they are really they are dealing with the worst of our community. You know, a lot of people out there, and there was a rescuer here today too that I really had a hard time hearing. I have a hard time when rescuers come to shelters and talk about how terrible the staff are at the shelter. Staff at the shelter aren't the reason dogs are being killed at all. You know, it is the community's fault that dogs are being euthanized. These people work in a terrible situation like this because they love animals and they're willing to sacrifice in their own life to care for animals. And the idea that they have to physically hold these dogs down and euthanize them, stick the needle in, etc., is terrible for me to think about. And the idea that our public would pile on to that and not only not have empathy for these folks having to euthanize dogs here, but to blame the euthanasia problem on shelter staff is just not only incorrect, I think it's immoral to propagate such bullshit. It is really just incorrect. I don't understand why people need to have such a one-dimensional, short-sighted view of animal welfare and rescue. Animal welfare, the state of the shelter is a 1,000% an extension of the community. And if the community isn't doing what it needs to do to address animal sheltering, then they have to bear the brunt of it. Anyhow, I digress. Lots of love to you guys. Please message me if you're interested in fostering or like fostering by committee. You know, we could have several of us that foster this kiddo and show him like the best possible way out. What up, John? Is John on here too? And Daniel, what up, dude? Man, John Gotta and Daniel Robinson on the same post. Let's go, buddy. We got some positive change legends in here. Oh, by the way, John, Arizona got approved last week, so I owe you a call, and so we can start brainstorming about that, my man. All right, guys, lots of love. Thanks for checking in. We appreciate you guys. Peace out, and we'll give you guys an update here soon. Thanks.